good evening to all. Welcome to Leaders Connect 360, episode LC 0113. Leaders Connect 360 is a CSR initiative by Bija Training and organized by the Mask Leadership. My name is Priyanka and I'm working as a soft skill trainer in Ambuja Cement Foundation. Leaders Connect 360 is started with the specific objective of inviting 1,000 plus leaders and create 1,000,000 leaders. It is an online hub where every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. we learn from top management leaders on Zoom Live. And once in quarter, in each city, we have an offline networking meet to network support and grow with the leaders. That's when we call it Leaders Create More Leaders. Currently, all are muted, and we will be giving you opportunity to speak to our guest, Mr. Rajesh AS, Director Customer Management. So, hi, good evening, sir. Before you are unmuted, let me share that we are currently live on LinkedIn, and this episode LC0113 is being recorded. First time visitors may click on the WhatsApp, FB, and LinkedIn link on the chat box to get updated by joining us in creating more leaders. All in-house are requested to turn on your videos, which will help in making the episode highly interactive. So we all are ready to interact with our guest, Mr. Rajesh AS, on the topic Sync with the Customers. Then share a thumbs up and smiley on the chat box. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Before the introduction of the guest, let me also introduce Mr. Pankaj. Bija Training will interact with our guest along with the panel discussion leader, Ms. Bhavini. So I shall welcome you all. And once again, good evening, sir. Over to you, Mr. Pankaj. Thank you all.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much. And good evening, everyone. And I welcome you all on behalf of Bija Training and the Mass Leadership to the Leaders Connect episode 113. So special mention to our guest today, Mr. Rajesh. We welcome you, sir. Good evening. How are you, sir?
Hi, very good evening.
Happy to see you, sir. Happy to see you. So before we start, the topic for today is really in line to the today's business, wherein the most important thing for any business is the customer, right? And today, what Mr. Rajesh is going to talk about is sync with the customer. For sure, the insights which will come from him will definitely help us, all of us to, practice some or the another learning to take our business to the next level. So we look forward to hear from you, sir. Before we start today, so here I would like to introduce our guest, Mr. Rajesh AS. So Mr. Rajesh has completed his engineering in production from Karunya University. He has done his MBA in international business, specialized in marketing, HR and finance, and is almost have the experience of 20 plus years. Mr. Rajesh is presently working with 12 years with Wonjin, India. He's taking care for the business development and handling a business of 100 crores plus. Prior to that, he has worked with Lucas TVS for 6 years. He has taken care for South India business development, handling business worth rupees 500 crores plus. Earlier, he had worked with Veroc as a regional head, handling a business of 1,500 crores plus. Mr. Rajesh has specialized in the OEMs. If you name Hyundai, Kia, Ford, Renault, Nissan has been the part where he has specialized in. We have one Hanon, Valio, Calsonic, Marley, and Bear have the few names to add to his profile. The special projects are Hyundai Global Plant Visit, USA. Mr. Rajesh played as a main source for Kia launch in India with Lucas TVS. So he has been one of the strong pillar to launch Kia in India along with Lucas TVS. Mr. Rajesh is a cricket player at a district level. As far as family concerned, so Mr. Rajesh is happily married with 2 kids. He lives with his parents in Chennai. So we welcome you once again, sir. And that's a small introduction from our side to Mr. Rajesh. So we welcome you, sir.
Thank you so
much. Thank you, sir. And also I would like to invite Ms. Bhavini Pancholi to take up the discussion forward with Mr. Rajesh. Thank you so much. Over to you, Bhavini.
Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you for my introduction and welcome. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, great. Thank you. Namaste and welcome, everyone. I greatly welcome all of you. Very good evening to everyone all present here. Hi, Mr. Rajesh. Would you prefer me calling you Rajesh or Raj or Sir? How do you want?
Could be okay.
That's nice. Great. So let's begin with the questions and we can have a discussion about the same. Yes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Great. Okay, so there's this great thing about work field. We get to interact and we get to meet a lot of customers, which makes our day, which makes our interaction, which makes our dissolving into a different platform of understanding things. And that's where we understand about how we get into the platform of sync. If you can see, I have right now given an example of sync by adding technology in it. So I have two links which I've added into the system right now. So where one I'm a video visual and the other is the audio visual of mine. If you can see the sync that I have done. So harmoniously, if you see, we have understanding of harmony. That's the topic which we're seeing about over here. And I see that sync with customer is basically understanding. Sync, I take it as harmony, right? Is that what we understand? So it's a very beautiful place to work in. And we basically look for a good thing of having a harmonious understanding of workplace. Right? So what I want to understand, and if I bring my mind together, is what is your understanding in your opinion? What do you understand about sync with customers?
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank the management of Bija Training for giving this opportunity. And also I would like to thank the photographer who has put my photo, making my face so bright. Okay.
Right.
To start, with, synchronizing with customers. Yes, customer relation is the art. Okay. And any business, any industry, you go for any industry, customer is a base point. Okay. The synchronizing customers, that is very important for any organizational growth. Okay. Synchronizing in a very simple terms called how do you connect with customers. It's day-to-day basis. It is not related to what discussions you have with customer, but what value you create with customer. So that's very, very important. The trust level, what you have gained with customer brings you more connect with customers. So I would very crisply say synchronizing with customer is nothing but having a good connect. It is not that once you have a good discussion with customer, that doesn't mean you are having a good synchronizing with customer, but you need to understand the pulse of customer. You need to psych. You need to understand what value you are going to create. Of course, in any you say that unless otherwise your product is not mature, you cannot promote. More than the product, how you behave, how you cluster yourself to understand customer needs and what are the values you are going to make to the customer so that he's giving a trust on you. So that is the basic version of the meaning or understanding of synchronizing with customers. So hope I would have answered.
Yes, right, absolutely right. So if I come to understand is with understanding of sync with customers, I see that customer is everything. We need to see how we're going to be owning the value and the trust that we build with the customer. But every customer is going to be different with their approach, with their needs, with their requirement. So in that understanding, how do we have a perspective? Well, how can one have a perspective in their mind? They need to keep that perspective in the mind when they are transiting any issue or say a comment while they are with the sync of customer.
So basically you want to know like what are the perspective on thinking patterns and only one thing
Hello.
Yep. Can I start or
yes, you proceed, sir.
So if I'm not mistaken, your question is related to how do you perspective or keep in mind on your long-term goals when you are understanding on the synchronizing with customer. Am I right?
I think there is a connection problem.
I
with
think
car and-
there is
Yes,
yeah. So
I think there is a video lag. Your question is
Yeah.
correct. Your understanding is correct.
yeah. So I would like to give a give a small example of perspective. How do you think long, and why it is so important? Basically, you should have a thorough knowledge about your customers. What are their investments? What are their long-term goals? And how, where, when is going to invest? What are the products he's looking for? And what is your product can make use, or it can add value to us. And these are the various sectors you should understand when you think on a long-term basis. For an example, when I was in Lucas, I was put on a job on handling starter motors, where at that time Hyundai was having a presence in India, but Kia was not. So at that time, when I was interacting with customer, I was much interested to know the presence of Kia in India. So there was many articles coming when Kia is going to come, what are their long-term plans. But the way you think, you should understand the global platform. Maybe what I say is closely related to the automotive industry, but it relates, the example what I say is very common. My simple understanding is you should know what customer is looking for, and what is his long-term plans. So when Kia was looking a plan to come in India, but when coming into India, it is not so easy. There are a lot of political issues, there are a lot of supply pattern clusters. So understanding from customers, we explained this case study to our management when I was heading that starter motor business. So when we explained the opportunity and explained the roadmap, when Kia is going to come, what are the methods we have to follow, and when we gave a sketch and a roadmap and how it is related and what is his investment in India, whether he's going to be a long-term player in India or short-term, and understanding the geographical of wherever Hyundai is there will be a Kia platform. So understanding and awareing of what is happening. So that made a good success for me to plan in advance, meeting the customers at their head offices, who's the right person, not meeting all, but choosing which door to knock and how to pitch in and get things done. So this is very important on the question what you have asked today. Hope I've answered this question. Hello?
Yes, you're rightly. I mean, sir, you have connected the dots in the right manner, because when it comes to the customers at a broader perspective, okay, so there are various set of customers. So just to take it to the next question, so if we may know, so what could be the perspective one must keep in mind when there is a transition while sync with the customer? So what perspective should we keep in mind, sir?
Probably, according to me, you have to be very transparent with customers. That is the way you have to deal with customers. It's not that every business I have to be very transparent, but the transparent boundary you have to fix and make a confidence and build a good relationship so that customer trusts you. The word trust has a bigger role to play. It's not only for automobile industry. It carry forward for all, including the personal relationship. So trust is a word where is a universal language to gain confidence. Customer can get into the. So wherever I approached, there was many challenges, very many barriers were there. But when I use this when I use that techniques of, it's not that most of the cases where I have been working, I understood people from marketing especially will be a postman, and they were just doing a postman job. What customer says, they will come and inform management, and what management says, they go and inform customer. That is not the way. The way is you are the relationship, you are the center, center median, where you need to understand balanced relationship. So of course, many management will not go for big investment, but it's a challenge that you have to convince management by creating a confidence at customer. So I believe that you should have work with the word called trust, so that customer gives a confidence on you.
Very rightly said, Rajesh. Thank you for the help. Sorry, Pankaj, I'll take it up from you. Is that okay?
Yeah, perfectly fine.
I missed in between. Seems like a network issue with my end.
No worries. You please take it up.
Thank you. Thank you, Rajesh, for holding up the episode of panel discussion. Thank you so much. With continuation to that, I understand that trust holds a very big platform. It's like a big vessel which we hold in, and we need to transfer that and transit that into sane when we're trying to deal with customers. But many customers come with many different understanding, with different backgrounds, with different logical perspectives of their reasoning and questioning. So if you can cite some technically misconceptions that people or a sync of customers can happen, or if you've faced any like that.
Yeah, there are many factors can come into your business as a intersectionality, barriers, you call it as roadmaps.
Right.
Why this comes, you cannot say without barriers you cannot go. There is a barrier. Any business you have to face. No gain without pain. So it's how in the business relationship, especially with customers. First, I told you, when the customer is lost your trust, you believe me, what good product you give, he will not come to you. You have to make a right set of trust valued before approaching him. What are the barriers? In today dynamics, or if I say market is volatile, market is big, opportunities are totally getting higher and higher, especially in automotive industry. After COVID last year, there is a incremental growth of 24%.
Right.
In the entire world, India stands first to gear shift after China. So China was sliding, Korea was sliding in automotive, Japan was sliding. We proudly say India has grown up to 24%. This is one kind of even though India looks as a good opportunity, but there are n number of competitors are stepping into the market day by day. And any business management without proper strategies, without proper planning, cannot survive.
Right.
So barriers could be not customer, it is how you plan. That is the major driving force. How strategically you are planning, what products you are planning to sell, and how market is going to behave, and how it is going to be a long-term, serving you. So these are the various factors in planning strategies you have to do. Why I do say the barriers are many factors. Even today, your competitors, has a barrier. Competitors is your barrier. Okay, right. So many companies, we give an opportunity to our competitors to come into our business. So marketing or business handling customers, it's not only interface between customer and management, it is also to the entire plant levels or operation levels, one who carries customers' burden. So you have to give the right level of product, right of the quality, right level of time. That sets your how do you strategically plan. There are various barriers, but one of the major barrier where most of the companies, they don't see, planning is a barrier, but of course, planning is bring you a barrier. If you're not putting the right people for the right job, that is one of the barrier. Okay, so the investment, what type of investment you're doing, whether this investment, what is going to be your rate of interest or return rate of interest. If you're not planning for it, definitely you're going to stuck. And when you stuck, your competitor comes takes your business. So I would say, without proper planning, not only in automotive industry, any industry, even your personal life, planning is very important.
True, absolutely true. Great. So I heard earlier that you had served 20 years of your career with automobiles, right? And you must have definitely seen down the line how the transition has happened. So I would like to know, in your view and in your experience, how has it been different then and now? When you tell about sync of customers, how different or how challenging it has been then and now for you? If you can cite some examples for the same.
See, challenging, I would say, relationship is one of the important aspects. I would, see the challenges. Because nowadays, especially in India, when you take a big player like Maruti Suzuki, basically they are from Japan. So most of the Japanese supplier will prefer for Maruti will prefer Japanese supplier. If you see Hyundai and Kia, they are from South Korea. So most of the suppliers will be, it is South Korea, but things are changing. World is changing, and a lot of government policies are favoring for doing a lot of localizations. Scrap policy has come, CAFE norms has come. So you need to understand more than anything how agile with customer. The word called agile is very, very important. How do you create a value to customer? Point number one. Second thing, you should understand if your customer is launching a car, for that car, what technology upgradation you are giving to that. That's very, very important. In today's scenario, most of the automobile industry into a different confused state, because people talking about electrical vehicle.
Right.
Two-wheeler, three-wheeler, but I'm mostly working for a four-wheeler background. According to the four-wheeler background, still India has not given a clear roadmap on how this de-risking from China will happen when we go for electrical vehicle, because 50% of your cost comes for your battery, lithium battery, and India has to depend on China. We do not have a policy or a plan or a resource in India to manufacture or develop our own batteries. Again, we have to depend on China. This will have a big impact in future. However, people talking about the carbon, people talking about a CO2, but the barrier is set right now. Of course, I see by next shift of 5 years to 10 years down the line, 80% will be two-wheeler, will be electrical vehicle, three-wheeler will be having almost 70% market share, four-wheeler, of course, it will be having less than 30%. So challenges are everywhere, any business, challenges, various challenges are the one challenge. You have to sync with customer. If you're not deploying a right level of strategies, understanding what customer wants, what is government norms, if you're not understanding, this challenging will become a roadblock. According to the latest ACMA release, they have issued saying that if government gives more leverages on taxes and other things for going to electrical vehicle, yes, as an end customer, it is very useful. But there are a lot of disadvantages are coming. Cybersecurity will become biggest scam, I could say. And other thing is that once you go for an electrical, Tom, Dick, and Harry manufacture a car.
Right.
You not have a brand, and she's almost a hub of India is Chennai, having a 60% of an automotive thing. Every company will be having a big slider, and India will face big massive downtrend of growth level. Understanding that only, I believe, the government also is making, balanced, equation to bring electrical vehicle. So, of course, to answer your question, planning or understanding. If you're not understanding your customer right, your business is going in a different way.
Correct. So I can understand that it's future is today, and we need to work in whichever industry we are in. We need to work it so correctly and appropriately so that we can work our planning and plan our work accordingly, so that we can get our fields of work a little more engaging, more progressing, and that's what I come to understand. But trust me, Rajesh, when I see and think about automobile industry, I get very excited when I watch only series like Fast and Furious. Trust me, I have never understood the crux or the problems that automotive industries get into, or the kind of customers that they get linked into or understanding into. But now that you're saying and we're sharing this platform, so I can see that a lot of sync is happening from government to private. A lot of sync has happened to a lot of things, and that's exactly how we need to progress with our understanding on that. So I want to understand, what leadership qualities do we need to hone? So every sector, every field has got its own platform of working, which is absolutely super and brilliant. But we all need to have some leadership qualities within us in order to make sure that we progress and excel in our fields. Right? So what leadership qualities can we display, or is displayed when we are synced with customers?
Yeah. So one word answer I would give you that, the leadership quality for any customer syncing, you should wear a hat of entrepreneur. So simple. If it can be a small shop of 50,000 rupees, you're investing on 50,000 rupees. So how do you manage the business within this 50,000? So this applies for $1 million. So you should wear an entrepreneur hat on your head and plan. Then only all the optimization. Many companies, I could easily mention, many companies come to India and India, without any kind of a roadmap, without wearing an entrepreneur hat, people definitely leadership quality, unless otherwise you wear an entrepreneur hat on your head, nothing is going to move. You can be a public speaker, you can be a good presenter, strategy thinker. Everything depends on the entrepreneur hat what you wear.
So will it be easy to educate this concept in automotive industry, or have you seen industries of automotive having this entrepreneur hat? And if not, how can we educate them on the same?
Yeah, see, it cannot, I would say in India, especially in, if you see North India, I could say the simple example of, Varroc, where I worked. Okay, Varroc was a very small scale industry, very small scale, and they started the business just for 50 lakh. They started. There are various Indian companies. I would like to, quote 3 or 4 companies. One is Varroc, Minda. These are the companies. They, focus on small scale and the owners driven. So when I was working, the way I, deal with my MD or I feel that I should wear the entrepreneur hat on my head. It is not will come. The entrepreneur hat concept, or how do you train your people? It will not come on daily basis. It's going to be a character in you. You have to practice. and you have to execute it. And see, when I was working in Virok, Lucas TVS, I was a part of Bija training, undergone good to great. And that made me to, understand more the importance of the, understanding customers, what are the areas I have to improve. Then this made me to go for a next level of leadership. And next level of leadership, it's learning process. Every day you have to keep learning. Examples. So Minda is a company where owned by an Indian company. They are acquiring companies, foreign companies. This cannot happen just like that. It comes with a day-to-day activities where training can be a part of it. They can ignite you, but it's up to us to train our mind. Our mindset is very, very, very important. Mindset, and also the focused way of thinking pattern also is very important. But to answer your question, how do you train or how do you educate people for hiring? Just explain your success story. That's all enough. Explain your success stories. I keep, whenever my team comes here, I was actually working in this company for 12 years. Then I moved to other almost 10 years. Now I'm the director of, this company. It is not that just just like that I have come to this position. Everybody knows me, what I have done.
Right.
So what I've done, that is how I'm here today. So I'm educating my people to take the ownership.
Right.
Accountability. That's very important. No excuses. You sometimes in automotive industry, you cannot tap a person and say, come on, chalo, you do this business. No, there are some gimmicks you have to do. There are some kind of use some techniques to draw their intentions. So unless otherwise you keep educating them, keep talking about your success. No failures, anyone. And I also deployed in my current company to celebrate some events. Good events, small events also. Okay, when production is not going or when quality is issues coming, and we sort of having a habit in India, especially. This is basically in India. We call the people or fire or do, I thought of just giving some kind of a change in the methodology to celebrate a person who joins, celebrate, have some lunch, even operator levels, go to their canteens. This is how you draw their intentions, and you work with the people. It's not wearing a blazer, sitting in an office and going. No, we have to go to their level, understand what is their problem. Today we had almost 3 to 4 hours of machine breakdown, and customers were having a lot of calls, this, that. But it's not that I have to sit here and order. Okay, I have to go for a Gemba visit. Gemba visit is nothing but where there is a problem, go understand practically what is the problem, what is the solution. If you make a solution alone, I'm sure you're going to cross only 60%. If you're drawing a solution with your co-worker, okay, almost 95% you have brought your solution easily. Your job only to make people organize, motivate, and make sure you're giving a right level of solution to the customers.
Right, absolutely. Thank you. So basically, this concept of raising the bar of your rank or your position is very misquoted or misunderstood by a lot of people. They think that when you raise the rank, you just have to sit in your office, in your cabin, in your cluster, and you just have to sit with announcing or dictating. But now that you're saying that we need to know that the work level also increases, the challenge also increases, you need to sink down to their understanding to make sure that the work is going on smoothly. And as you rightly said about your success story, so that is my curiosity right now to know if you can share some success stories of yours so that we get a little more clarity.
Yeah, maybe it's a success story where I can give a small example is when I was working in Virok, and predominantly this company, Wonjin, was, they were hunting for a senior level of person. So they approached me, but immediately I didn't have the mindset to come, because my policy is like, once you join a company, you should not go back. That was in my mind. But I had a very great respect to my senior managing director and the owner of this company, Mr. KH Park. They sit in Korea. So the reason me being here is Mr. KH Park and my friend Mr. Balan. So they were expressing me various bottlenecks where we are missing the customer intention. Where there is customer has already complained to our head office saying that things are not moving, because earlier managing director has started his own company and the interest level of people also has gone down. So the first thing I have given a proposal to my management is, if you see the organization chart of Wonjin, you will have two MDs. I think in India, probably in automotive industry, where I know, there will be only one MD. Okay. So what I recommended to my senior managing director is, so let us have full concentration on customer. Let us bring little bit of two vertical system. One vertical, let them concentrate on business management, that is HR, finance, and purchase, where most of the monies are going. So let the second division, called customer management division, which comes with marketing and other thing. So when we divided, there was a lot of confusions for that. But when the senior management presented to customer, but not only that, we have bought some kind of a pillars to the organization. The reason for two pillars, two verticals with three pillars. One is discipline, second one is the progress, and third one is the result. When this agile together, we presented to our customers, there was some kind of a misunderstanding that Wonjin is losing the interest. But when our management was focusing and giving a presentation to saying that we have divided into two verticals with business management and customer management with three pillars. So first thing, they appreciated for bringing the concentration to the customer management. This is the first time especially in tier 2, we have two vertical leadership roles. And moreover, the thought process of our what came into my mind is, we should give a quality product. So what I mentally thought is, the way we wear our uniform, the quality of the uniform has to change. So these are the various ways, we projected to our customers. So this is not called success stories, but this is an interlink where I'm going to see a success in near future.
Okay, nice. So they say, that first development or the first change happens from your own family. So when we see that, we are working ourselves better in a profession front also. So that's where I can see that your understanding of developing first self groom, then that will show the quality, the display, and that is going to be depicting the company's logo or the company's value or mission. It's become easy for customers to be more centric towards understanding about what Wonjin is presenting or giving. So that's basically the build of trust that you initially had said, and you had expanded about that understanding of yours. Anything which is about your understanding of, customer-centric problems, or if you have handled a customer directly, and if you can think on those, and if you can share anything. So what kind of customer challenge that you have faced? So say, suppose you have handled customers in front lines, what kind of customer have you faced? Or what are the questions that they ask? Or what kind of things that they challenge in quality and ask you in description about things? If you can share anything of that sort.
So when you talk about customer challenges or no, when we talk about automotive industry, that even four-wheeler handling Hyundai and Kia, it's not so easy to handle Hyundai and Kia.
Okay.
So in Korea, the word called pali pali, that means speed, the acceleration. So in normal standard of having the launch of the car, where any company is almost, they take almost 24 months to 30 months, but Hyundai Kia launches their car in just 15 months.
Okay.
That is their success. So the challenges where we face is to understand, or the execution part is very, very important. And that's a big challenges what, I have personally faced. When, it's a challenge, but if you, march, or if you are aligned with customer on his requirement, automatically business will be coming. One good example is when Hyundai offer us the business for the starter motor to be developed in just hardly 3 months. Okay.
Right.
And we gave up. It is not feasible. Validation, everything was in a different phase manners. So it was a big challenge for me. I need to get a business from customer. At the same time, that will make my management happy that I've got a business from customer like Hyundai. But more importantly is I have to satisfy customer with the samples on the third month. So these are the big challenges. So this challenge may, the solution also is customers.
Right. Yes, true.
I'll tell you very honestly, if you want a solution or for your challenges, is your customer. Approach your customer. He will give you some good solution. Right. When I approached my management to launch this product in 3 months, you will not believe they asked me to drop this business, which is only hardly 120 crores. But I didn't give up because my competitor was waiting near me. If I wanted to withdraw, he's ready to get it and he can put extra money at the front and do it. But how strategically you have to plan internally is very important. Convince your management. These are the challenges where customer has given a solution. So how do you do is he helped us in sourcing part. He helped us in validation part. So we work together. Right. Only thing, we showed the trust. We showed the confidence level and we showed the agileness, like the speed, acceleration. So that interest customers saw in us. Right. So that made, we were just traveling with them. You will not believe, we launched that product in 3 months. You will not believe again, by seeing this, there were other customers approaching us to, give business, which closes almost to 50 crores. Wow. So my basket was indirectly filling.
Lovely, excellent.
Only you have to focus with customers.
Lovely. So sometimes the problem itself is a solution. Very right.
Solution, yes. But how do you handle is very important. Every customer cannot give you a solution. You have to identify the key mans.
Right. Absolutely.
That's very important. How do you have a key man? You have to be, if in automotive industry, you cannot do a marketing without techno-commercial knowledge. You can be a commercial person. That will not bring you success. You have to be a techno-commercial. You have to give a solution for technical also. Commercial, people think commercial is easy. I understand commercial is very difficult, but more than that, techno-commercial plays a major role.
Right.
You have to take a very cautious decision. So
after listening to this, I can really say that Wonjin has the He-Man called Rajesh with them. So that's really making Wonjin very.
No. It is not only in that aspect. You have to trust your employees. That's very, very important. Absolutely. We are all humans. No one is perfect. But understanding that, how do you mold them? How do you accelerate them? How do you take? See, failures anybody can. It's how you mold them. That's the reflections you get in business.
Absolutely. I actually have got a very nice eye-opener for automobile. Trust me, as I said before, that I really had no understanding about automobile and how it works, what challenges you have, and how do you handle the customer-centric people. All I knew was how Ratan Tata had faced Jaguar and bringing Jaguar into India in the Indian market and all that. I just read that success story, but actually I didn't know there was so much, like how automobile have their different parts. I didn't know that customer was such a huge part of, the base, the crux that we can say for any Indian automobile also to grow and so well. So really, kamsamida, Rajesh, for this.
Oh, thank you.
For this.
You learned Korean language also, right?
I love Korean languages. I've been very fond of K-pop dramas. So I watch Korean and I know Korean as well. That's curiosity of me as well. I was wondering if you had Korean employees too in your company.
Yeah, I'm reporting to senior managing director. He's a Korean. And one good part in this organization is under me, there is a Korean.
Oh, okay.
That is one of, it's not, I think that is under me, but
reports to you, maybe.
Yeah, that is how we have to work. No difference. But I would like to say just one sentence, like saying that today's problem, we may think customer is a challenging part, but things are changing. It's not customer, it is internal issues.
Right, absolutely.
That is the major challenges which I'm going to play.
Right. But if our internals are sorted, customers automatically get a smooth roadmap to get associated or synced with the company. So
yes.
Thank you. I can really take a lot of understanding, and I have a very wide vision now to understand how automobile works. So maybe next time when we meet, we can have more in-depth understanding of automobile with you, because I now have some idea. Frankly, I didn't have any idea, but now I got some idea about how this works. So definitely, it is a nice understanding and a nice discussion that I had. Sorry, there was a glitch in between, but I think I made up to what I promised and what we had decided to go on. So from the bottom of my heart, really, kamsamida, and thank you for everything. So
any questions so that I could answer for
yes, Pankaj will take it forward from your.
Thank you so much, Bhavini, for taking it up, and thank you so much, Rajesh sir, for bringing out the insights of the automobile industry. Really, it was great, and putting in simple terms. So we also understand that the business is not easy, and with the kind of complications which this industry faces, and you have seen, all in and out of it, right? And you have been able to share it with us in the simple terms. So for sure, all the participants might be hearing you out and might be taking away something or the another. So here I would like to take the interesting part of our Leaders Connect, that is the quiz. So we would like to have a small quiz here, wherein our quiz leader will ask a question to the participants from the learnings which Mr. Rajesh had shared now. So here I would like to invite Ms. Uma to take the quiz for today, and the winner will get a surprise from the Leaders Connect. So over to you, Ms. Uma, for the quiz.
Thank you, Mr. Pankaj, for this wonderful opportunity. I really learned a lot about customer service and how to treat a customer today from Mr. Rajesh. Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful insight and taking the entire journey through your experience. The question for the day is, what is the strategy to be used while handling?
Uma, your voice is breaking actually. Uma, we are not able to hear you properly. Uma, we are missing your voice. It's cracking.
Okay, can I repeat it again?
Yeah,
what
please.
is the strategy to be used while handling customers? In other words, how do you build trust?
Yeah, the question, can you repeat? Because
I'm repeating.
Maybe Pankaj, is her question is on the stress management?
No, sir. Actually, she was asking how to build trust among the customers, and I believe people have already answered it.
No. How do you build trust? He has given a specific term for it.
Your voice is really not audible. Sorry for that.
So the question is how you really build trust. There is one term which you have given. So she is expecting that. So the participants today, the
Yeah,
visitors, answer.
I got the answer. The first answer is from Sukumar Rajesh.
Okay, and that is honesty, right?
Transparency.
Transparency. So who's the winner as per you, Uma?
Sukumar and Rajesh.
So congratulations, Sukumar and Ajish, for winning up. And here we would like to give away the book written by Mr. Prakash Sharma, The Mass Leadership. And you will be given away the book and it will reach to you. So please share your postal address with Mr. Arun and he shall be able to help you with your book for this quiz. So Mr. Sukumaran, here we would like to give you an opportunity if you would like to ask any question to our guest, Mr. Rajesh. So you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself. And if you want to ask any question, you can. So Mr. Sukumar, thank you, Umar. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, now, thank you for the session. Actually, nowadays the customers are very aggressive, very demanding. So now, how do you, they change also. So how to adapt ourselves?
And
See,
Mr.
to adapting to the customer is, you start loving them. It's just, I mean, I may talk very easy, but in today's situation, the relationship between, customers and, the supplier, customer will definitely treat you as a suppliers. More than that, sometimes slaves. It's happening in automotive industry. But the way you approach, there will be some kind of a seniority issue, the experience, various things comes. You will be in confused state how to, psych customer or how to manage him. But the solution is just love them and express your thought process, understandings, ask for help in a way they, they like. Go for a coffee. No customer will say no. Sometimes first time they may say no, second time no, third time no, fourth time yes. Go for a coffee, chill out. You ask some, share some, interesting topics. That is how I get into the customers. Initial stage, I was facing a lot of, even like, customer connects. I had an issue how to influencing him or whatever maybe. I started understanding customers' interest. I'm a big dog lover. And I understood one of my customer was, dog lover. That is how I try to talk more about dogs, giving some good, ideas about which dog is best, what like that made me still that customer is, he has gone from was first OEM to second OEM, but still he's in my hit list and he's trying to help me in all kind of business. So it's like, get into the closer part with some kind of an ethicality. So gelling with customer starts how you love them. It may sound negative, it may sound a little bit, but I have deployed this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raisa, and thank you so much, Sukumaranji. So now I would like visitors to ask 3 questions. So anyone would like to ask any question, either you can unmute yourself and ask Mr. Rajesh, or you can put it on chat box. As we have the scarcity of time, we are reaching almost to the closure of our event today, but still 3 questions are welcome. And then we will proceed to our summary of the session, and there will be a vote of thanks. So if there is any question, please unmute yourself and ask question to Mr. Rajesh.
Yeah, I have a question. I'm Rangarajan.
Yes, Rangarajan.
Yeah, my question is how to handle the customer who is having a less knowledge and being negative. For example, we cannot be always right, or they cannot be always right. If they are wrong and they are telling they are right, how to convince them?
Can I see your face, please?
Sorry. Am I visible?
Thank you so much, Rangarajan. This question is very valid, and most of the people are facing today this issue, especially from automotive industry. All of a sudden, I would like to address this issue. Hyundai is here in India almost 20 plus years. Their attrition rate for staff levels, I'm not talking about the operator levels, the attrition rate for Hyundai is less than 1%. Less than 1%. They have almost 150 to 200 employees. All are long players, 15 years, 16 years, 17 years, like that. So their employee satisfaction also, they have been rated, Hyundai is rated high, and the Gallup satisfaction also is rated high. But recently, they have a attrition of almost 5% suddenly. So in today's busy world, and the technology called job rotation and information sharing, back to fundas, idea generation, this has been diluted, and people are looking at the quantitative rather than qualitative. Hence, this type of issues will definitely hit anyone who's interacting with customer. See, it's not that a person is negative or person does not have knowledge, is not suitable for a customer. Okay, it is how to handle them with a soft concern, right? If a person is negative, try to bring him to your company. First thing is, don't, for the person who's negative and less knowledge, bring them to your organization, treat them well. Customer is king, and make them understand the process. You cannot coach them or you cannot, train them. At least let him understand that he will not accept immediately that you're teaching. But definitely one day rather, his boss will ask some questions to him. He'll be struggling to answer. But once you bring him to your organization, make him understand your process, definitely one day rather you will be success to win his heart. This has happened in my life also. I don't know how far people know about Hyundai, and they are very, very aggressive. No one will, respect, or nowadays things are changing. There was a person called Om Prakash. Wherever I go to any customer connect, I used to tell him with his permission. Okay, he was a little bit of psychiatric person, not psychiatric, I would say. The way he behaves, the way humiliate, he thinks when he humiliates or when he treats suppliers like this, he can get job done. Okay, so what happened is one day with much fever, I was in a customer end. I'm talking about before COVID. So at that time, he used to make me wait in the gate for almost 2.5 hours. Getting a gate pass in Hyundai is not so easy, but he made me to wait almost 2.5 hours. Okay, I was just patient enough to wait, and when I was allowed in the conference room, 10 o'clock was my meeting. He came at 12:30, just to say, wait for another 1 hour. I'll go have lunch and come. I was having heavy fever, and by the time he came, it was 3 o'clock. Okay, he never discussed the point because I've come with a intention that I have to close some open points. So he was trying to avoid me. If you would have told that he's not available, I would have not come. But my intention is to close this point. But I know he's trying to irritate me. Of course, what you say is he's a negative person or less knowledge, whatever. The humiliation, it really, hits my heart. And immediately I came out of conference room. I saw he was traveling from office to shuttle service, there is a vehicle. So he traveled without the information, without at least courtesy to tell that I'm okay for the day. It really pains a lot for me. So I also said, it's okay. I came out, he was waiting for me. He was waiting for me, and not to say sorry, but asking me to drop in his home. Okay, so I acknowledged it, but I told him I'm having a fever. Probably I may not drive, because he told me that he has to drive 100 kilometers from his Hyundai to his house. So it's almost 100 kilometers. And you will not believe, I traveled with him and I went to his house. He didn't invite me to his house. He was totally humiliating me a lot. Okay. One day, I was just tolerating everything. One day, I made him to bring him to my organization. 1 or 2 times, I made him to understand my product and who I am, how I handle my team. So purposely, I called for a meeting. I played some, kind of product knowledge given to him. And the purpose he came here, because he has to present our business case to his boss tomorrow. And he's a Korean. So I made him well aware about what is happening, what is insights. I told Om Prakash, go to your boss. He may ask some questions. Out of 10 questions, he may ask 5 questions. You should answer like this. I educated him with help of my technical team. The wonder happened is next day, he himself called me and apologized for humiliating me on that day. And he's one of my close friends even today.
Good one.
So it's one thing. Bring him to your premises, make him happy, give him some knowledge sharing. That's it.
Yeah, very good insight for me.
Yeah.
Good. So thanks for sharing your personal experience, Rajeshji. That's what we say, the best of the relationships comes out the worst of the experiences at times, right? So that's how it happened. So as we can take only one more question, there's one question on the chat box from Mr. Shivu Iyer. He has asked, why is the attrition rate hitting 30% in the automobile industry in India, sir?
Yeah. I would answer in, people knows this answer is 2 ways. One is because of your salary. One is second is because of your boss. But please, you should understand the third point. It's not because of salary. It's not because of your boss. It's because of greediness.
Right.
I want to emphasize this in this meeting. After COVID, people started working from home. And, as I understand, nowadays, people are, I don't know how many of you have gone through the interview of Mr. Narayanan. He emphasized this. Practically, I have seen one space with 2 laptops, 2 companies earning. You may earn money, but indirectly you're losing the ethicality.
True.
So I would answer in 3 ways. One is, people say customer, people say it is for salary, it is for, boss. No, it is our own greediness.
Great. So excellent, sir. Excellent. This really gives an understanding and to people introspect on this. So instead of blaming others, so there is a point for introspect. Thank you so much, sir. So now, as we are almost, we have crossed our timeline. So here I would like to invite Mr. Senthil Kumar for the summary, and then we'll have a vote of thanks. So Mr. Senthil, please summarize the session today, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Pankaj, and thank you very much, Rajesh, sir. It was really very wonderful session to get sync with the customer by following many traits. As time keeps pressing, let me keep my summary short. Before that, let me introduce myself. I am Senthil, working in a company, Daimler India Commercial Vehicle, for almost 14 years. So previous to this, I also worked with the company Lucas TVS and Varroc in Waluj. So
Okay, good.
So
Tarangan Jain was my boss.
Who?
Tarangan Jain was my
Oh,
boss.
Tarangan Jain. Oh, okay.
Yeah, then Arvind Balaji was my boss.
Oh, okay. Actually, Satwinder Singh was in marketing during
Yes. That time, there was
Shankar.
some little bit of cluster came where, many people, then Bhavani Shankar, Babu Raj,
but Babu Raj next week, I think next year, I think his retirement.
Yes.
Okay, then as time keeps pressing, without wasting much time, let me keep the summary short. First point is the customer is a base. We have to have a good connect with the customer because customer is everything. We need to understand the pulse of the customer, as it goes without saying. To understand the customer business strategy, understand the long-term plan of the customer. This will help to bring more pitch as go-to-market as well as in bring to business. Always follow a strategy of being transparent with customer so that we build trust and gain confidence over customer. As we have a punch dialogue saying that no pain, no gain, we need to go a step further to understand the customer barrier and explore all the way to mitigate the customer's risk as well as challenges. There is one good proverb that came up here was, and ensure that we have a right people for the right job. This resonates with the Jim Collins saying that get the right people at the right seat at the right bus to keep the bus moving and ensure that wrong people are off the bus. So next is this resonates with the battery technology, which we are talking where we need to purely rely on China. We don't have any other alternative, and support with ACMA release on leveraging the tax for the electric vehicle. And when we talked about the educating the customer or dealing with customer, we need to have an entrepreneur hat. So this was one new term which we learned today from your success story, how to educate the peers, colleagues, team members by sharing your success story. And this has also helped you to gain a 120 crore business with the, by using chilling out and love customer and keeping common bias understanding and build rapport with customer. These were the good strategy that you have helped to get your business moving, as well as to deal with the worst situation by winning the customer and by sharing your knowledge with the empathetic mindset. Thank you all. Thanks for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Senthil, for summarizing the entire session in very simple terms. Thank you so much. And here I would like to invite Ms. Janani Sundar for the vote of thanks. So, Ms. Janani, over to you.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janani to conclude the discussion with a word of thanks. And good evening, sir. We had a great discussion with you today, and your explanations, live examples, made me wonder how those things really work. That's what very nice. Thank you. Before me sharing about the next week's episode, let me quickly share again the purpose of the community. For the visitors who are attending for the first time, Leaders Connect 360 is a hybrid model leadership community where every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. we invite a top management leader from a reputed corporate company to suggest some solutions for a real-time leadership challenges like the experience we had today from our guest, Mr. Rajesh AS, Director, Customer Management, Wonjin Auto Parts Private Limited. Now, I'm happy to share our next week's guest, Mr. Sandeep Batra, Chief Financial Officer, Pidilite Industries Limited. Topic, FinAll, Simplifying Finance for All. Registration links for the episodes will be shared through social media platforms duly. It is very simple to join our community. Do click on the below social media links. It gives me an immense pleasure to thank our guest, Mr. Rajesh AS, Director, Customer Management, Wonjin Auto Parts Private Limited, for spending your valuable time in sharing your experience and solutions. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Janni. Thank you so much. Thank you, all the participants. Thank you, all the visitors. And thank you, Rajesh sir, for sparing time and sharing your
last
insights.
but not the least, customer is king.
True, very true, sir. True, very true. And here I would request all the visitors to be part of our offline networking meet, which is happening on 13th of May. That is coming Saturday in Chennai. So for a further information, you can connect Ms. Bhavini and Mr. Arul for the same. And again, I would like to thank everyone for taking out your valuable time and being there with us. Thank you so much. Once again, Rajesh sir, it was really nice seeing you today. Actually, I've been speaking to you for long, but today I have been able to see you and catch up with you. So thank you so much. And as the time is pressing, so we are not going to have our networking meet. And let's connect next week soon. Thank you so much all from Bija training, the Master Leadership Leaders Connect. Thank you so much. Have a great evening all.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Here we are going to have a thanking video.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Bye bye. Thank you. Take care. Bye.